So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Radio Works World, and my name is Gill Barham, the Miracle Molecule host, and you have joined Lighthearted Conversations with People of Significance. And this morning, my person of significance is the wonderful Bradley Chapman. Hello.
Hi, how you doing, Jill? Thank you for having me on the show.
I'm absolutely delighted, and I've encouraged everybody to listen this morning because I know we're going to have a laugh. I know we're going to have a very good light-hearted conversation.
We are, yeah. I'm really in the mood for actually having a great couple of days. So I'm feeling very, very grounded, very humbled, and a really, really good place. So yeah, I think we'll have a fabulous conversation this morning. And thank you.
Good. Okay, so we're going to start by you giving me a little bit of background to you and telling me what you do, or telling the listeners, I should say, what you do, because I know that things have been busy for you, but currently, you know, what's going on for you at the moment?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. It's been quite an amazing last sort of year, 18 months. And the last year, 18 months, I've been working on me. I've been working on Bradley Chapman, my sort of brand and positioning, really finding myself and honing the true me and the true things that I want to do that I'm going to be totally happy at, which I am doing now. And I'm doing that in a number of ways. One, my own personal site, bradleychapman.com, which is just being rebuilt at the moment. But mainly, Yes You Can Inspire to Achieve, which is a support network to help business owners grow and succeed. And then back to bradleychapman.com, really it's about public speaking, coaching and programs. And I'm really pleased to announce the launch of my pending book and my pending sort of coaching and diamond signature program, the Diamond Experience with Bradley Chapman. And of course, with much thanks to Radio Works, the publishers, and Marina Nani, things are really now starting to take shape. So my message that I've been trying to deliver is now really fine-tuned and channeled within the book launch, and from that, the program to help people. Really, I'm a cross between a business coach and a life coach, because I've been through lots of challenges in my life, personally, and in business. I don't like to see people in pain. I don't like to see people suffering. So I like to try and give them my skills, my energy, my diamond energy, to help them move from one place, a low place, or a place where they're experiencing some challenges, and take them to a place of happiness and belief, where they're doing what they love, and just to look at the smile on their faces fulfills me. Now, whether that's personal, whether that's in their business, or a mixture of both, because it does cross over. My job, my role, my gift I've been given from the university is to help people overcome their challenges, overcome their adversities, help them to build their business, build stronger in their life. So really now, that's in a nutshell what I do. There's lots of services that I help companies with, from sales training to strategy, to team building, to motivation, to recruiting the right people. And all of this really has come through 47 years of life and business experience. And you know, Jill, I've been all over the place, and I've done so many things in business. Up until about 3 years ago, I was really struggling to to tune into the perfect me and what I was. I knew I could see it, but I couldn't quite get that message and delivery right. I'm really humbled to say that I'm 47 years of age. I've got a vast amount of experience of helping people and growing businesses. I've only really found the real me in the last year. In the last couple of months, there's been a very, very significant change in my life. Helping people is really what I'm about. It's like a stick of rock. I love helping people. I love giving. I'm a giver.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because you are a bit younger than me, I have to say. But it's quite interesting that the last year in my own business as well has seen a real sea change. And it's not in what I can do. It's not in the people that I can help. It's not in the needs of the people that I can potentially help as well. The change is in me. And I think, you and I are in the same place. It's realizing that in this world is that we're not really here to fix other people. We're really here to fix ourselves. Because by fixing ourselves, that allows us to be that open portal for people to be attracted to us, because we all know that people are attracted to other people from a work perspective. But it allows us to actually sit with our, authenticity is used a lot, isn't it, that word? But it certainly gives me much more a kind of feeling of peace, if you like, that and I get from you the same thing as well, is that, okay, this is just meant to be, and the people that I can help will come into my world. I just need to allow that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, and so eloquently and succinctly put. And yeah, it is. And when you speak, not only can I hear what you're saying, I feel it as well. I feel what you're saying. And I think with that authenticity, like you're saying, when you're being the real you, when you're happy with the skin you're in and who you are and what you're doing, and you find that place, it really is something quite amazing. And I dipped in and out of that place my whole life. And, you know, when you're in line and congruent with your values, I'm sure you'll agree with this, you have the most wonderful days where you just can't stop smiling, right? And, you know, the happiness. I'm doing it now. I'm smiling. I'm getting visited. I'm very spiritual, and my hairs are going.
Your hair's standing up on Andy, I know.
Yeah, being visited right now, and I had 2 visits yesterday. Actually, people say, you know, nuts. You know, I've got my angels in my bedroom. I'll say my prayers and my thanks and everything. But you know, when you're aligned and you're doing what you love, oof, you know, the feeling inside, the most powerful force of energy, of positive flow is outrageously great. And I'm feeling it right now, and I've been feeling it for a while, but I can tell you I have dipped in and dipped out of that. And I have been, you know, I've been on the floor, you know, bust, broke, and a terrible place. I've made some bad decisions in business and in life. And I can remember the strength that it took to get back up. And I know the difference between having your energy and your thought process from low and really negative, and how you feel, what it does to your health and your attitude. And equally how I feel right now, like you're feeling, how that just can empower you to feel fabulous. And it's the most amazing journey, and we're both aware of that. We both have had a sort of taste, I suppose, of that stardust, that feeling. And when you've had that taste, you want more of it, don't you? You want to,
you do, and you also want to be able to share it too, which is, you know, this is basically, you know, one of the reasons that I wanted to do this show is that there's you know, I'm interviewed like you all the time, and you interview other people all the time, and we tend to talk about business and what we do and what we do and what we do. But you know, I've come to realize that actually it's getting down to the essence of the person. And so this show is really all about having a little bit more of a sense of the essence of Bradley Chapman.
yes.
It's not really about what you do. It's really about getting to know you, because the more we get to know you, the more we're likely to engage with you, basically.
Yes.
And that's where the kind of the idea came from this show, because I think you're right, is that, you know, in order to help people, we really need to be able to let them see our story. Obviously, we know that's really, really important, that we've been in the place or a similar place to they've been, but also to give them the hope that actually it's not just about doing, it's not about hard work, it's not about, you know, grafting, because all of those words are very common within our 21st century. It's hard work to run a business, it's hard work to lose weight, it's hard work to be healthy. Actually, when you get into this place of, as you say, alignment, and if we can help people to do that, then what you realize is that actually all those things are easy. And the easier we make them, the more we enjoy them, the more we attract those things as well. Would you agree?
I totally do. I totally do. And I mean, you're talking about getting to know me more personally and alignment. And I think alignment is just such an important thing. And I think when you've got that alignment, then of course you're more powerful. Me personally, as an individual, you know, I'm a 47-year-old man. I love helping people. I'm a very loving, caring, sensitive guy. Don't get me wrong. If I have to approach business and work with clients, I have to be fairly sharp and on point than I am. But I've never ever lost my heart at any time in my journey. I'm very sensitive guy. You know, I've got 3 children, Molly, Millie and Henry. My 2 girls actually are my angels. My son, my boy, he's awesome. My family, actually, my mama, like most mamas, my mama's everything to me. She stood by me through my whole life. Just give me 1 second, Jill, because my plug's just come out my battery. 1 second.
The disappearing man.
Yeah, sorry, would have nearly lost the broadcast there. The laptop wasn't plugged in. My apologies. Yes, I'm a 47-year-old guy, family man. Love my family a bit. Not much into the sort of pubs and clubs and that sort of thing. Love a family barbecue.
Oh, you look like a clubber to me.
Oh my gosh! Do you know? I no disrespect to clubbing and that sort of thing, but I can't stand that.
No.
Because I like conversation like we're having now, because it's time,
Absolutely.
you get to know somebody, and I think that's the
Okay,
most
well,
important thing.
let's get on and have our conversation then.
Yeah,
So we're going to get to know a little bit about you, and just to tell everybody that Brad has no idea at all about what I'm going to ask him. Have you?
No, go for it. None at all.
Okay. So, Brad, there's a couple of scenarios. We've got a quick fire round as well. But the first scenario that I'm going to paint for you, this picture I'm going to paint, is that you're in a hotel and you're getting into the lift and you're going up to your executive suite on the top floor. And you get into the lift and one other person gets into the lift with you. And you get between two floors, floor 6 and 7, for example, and the lift breaks down. Okay. Now, you've got a window in the lift, so we're not going to suffer from claustrophobia, just to tell you that. And you've been told that you're going to be in the lift for a couple of hours before they sort you out. So what I'd like to know is who that other person is that you would like to spend that 2 hours in the lift with. So from history, dead or alive, who would you like to have to yourself for 2 hours?
Well, just in thinking about that scenario, you're making me cry. So Les Brown, simple. Les Brown, and I'll tell you why. Not only do I find Les Brown one of the most inspirational individuals, the story of his life and where he's come from and what he's done to help inspire people. Les Brown and his video and the words "It's Possible" kept me going through what I can only describe as some of the most darkest times in my transition and transformation to where I am now. I have a video on my YouTube account. I've downloaded it. I've made it my own as well. And I listen to that over and over and over again. The words, I can probably recite a 7-minute speech by word. Les Brown, and I'll tell you why Les Brown, because Les Brown is my absolute hero. He's a guy that actually my dreams and aspirations. I say to myself, I said 4 or 5 months ago, my dream is to be on stage in America, to be a warm-up act for Les Brown, and to really get his audience going and to introduce Les Brown, my hero. Simple, Les Brown, awesome.
Okay, well, you don't need to go to America because my friend Vishal is actually bringing Les Brown over and putting him on his stages, I believe, in November. So you'll be able to see Les in November in London somewhere. So that's the good news. Okay, Les Brown, yeah. So if anybody doesn't know Les Brown, then you really need to check him out. He is, I agree with you, he is phenomenal. Okay, so in this lift then, I've also given you a lovely table which is laid with a very posh tablecloth and the best china and silver and glassware. And I'd like you, like the Harry Potter moment where food appears magically for you, I'd like you to tell me what food and beverages you would choose to share with Les Brown during your time in the lift.
Oh, wow. Do you know what? It's a strange question, and there's a kind of planned words. If I was in a lift with Les Brown, unless we were really, we was in trouble and we needed nutrition, I'd be happy sitting I would be happy sitting on the floor of the lift sharing a bag of peanuts. I'd be happy sitting on the floor of that lift with our legs crossed, saying, look, we're in here for a couple of hours. What have you got in your pocket, Les? Les says, you know, I got a couple of chewing gum. And I say, I got a bag of stale peanuts. He says, no, Brad, listen, break open the stale peanuts. Let's have those, and then we'll use the spearmint to freshen our breath. So for me, unless we was in a really difficult situation, the tablecloth and the cutlery, hey, listen, let's do one. Let's get on the floor. You know, let's sit on the floor. Let's just sit down and chat. How's everything going in your life? You know, if I did have to sit on a table with Les Brown in a lift, I think it'd be very tight because we're reasonably large fellas.
Good answer. Well, you know, I'm probably not going to get another answer like that, so I'm going to keep that one. I'm not even going to force you to tell me what you like to eat and drink because I think that's a fabulous answer. Okay, so we're going to go back now to the 18-year-old Brad. So I'd like you just to share with us, if you don't mind, what the 18-year-old Brad was doing, where you were living, what you were doing, that kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so 18 was actually a very, very important age for me. I got had a tough childhood in terms of my father. My father's I love him to bits, my dad, but it can be a challenged man, a difficult man at sometimes. As I suppose I can as a son. But at 18, I had the world at my feet. I'd just come out of working in the stock market. I was the youngest ever blue button to serve for JSK Port. I was 16 years of age. The stock market crashed a year or so later when I was 17, and my dreams of being this amazing stockbroker and all the hustle and bustle that I was working with. A blue button is a runner. They deal with the balls and the prices. Like, 282,
I was going to say, what's that? Yeah.
You know, it's energy. It's like, go buy, 200, 285. And they'll be screaming at me, all these brokers be screaming at me, come on, Brad, come on, Brad. And I'm running up and down, you know, the balls. It's amazing. When I was 18, I thought I was going to be in the stock market, but it crashed. I came out of that. And actually, the 18-year-old Brad is driving down Commercial Road, going to work in an import and export company that was import and exporting clothing. Commercial Road in London is the centre for most retail shops and the market traders where they buy their kit. And back then, it was a hustle, it was a bustle, it was everything. So what I did was I saved some money and I went and bought 2 market stalls. It's a 15,000, no, 15 or 25, £15,000 investment. So I saved up some money. I bought 2 market stalls, one at Wembley Stadium, one at Herne Bay in Kent, and one at Rochester. That gave me 3 days a week. I bought all my equipment and I worked during the week at the wholesalers, watching everything, the import and export, what was going on, which is where I later went into clothing when I was older. And I used to work Monday to Friday in the West End, in the wholesalers, and then Saturdays and Sundays I'd work in the market. So an 18-year-old Bradley was very driven, was very determined. Wasn't much into going out and getting drunk at that stage. I started smoking at 18, but no, I worked 7 days a week. Built a business.
And what were you listening to at that point, Brad? Can you remember? What were you listening to? What were your favourite artists?
At the time when I was 18, it would have been Time, Love and Tenderness from Michael. Time, Love and Tenderness. I love music with meaning, with words. Yeah. There's got to be meaning. I'm not much into that bang hypno stuff, whatever it is. I like words with meaning, because words with meaning in songs resonate with me and how I feel and how I want people to feel. So I listen to such a broad range of music, from opera to jazz. I love jazz. I'm very versatile, but as long as it's got words that I can hear and it resonates, I listen to anything. It touches me.
Okay, great. All right, thank you very much. So we're going to go now to the Brad at 35. So what was the Brad at 35 doing?
Oh, you've really picked your ages here. Brad at 35. So I was 35. Okay, so 23 to 28. I built an international business that went multi-million, which was in the clothing business, and I lost it overnight because the Far East crashed. So I was 28, 29 then. So between 29 and 35, I'd lost the business. I went to bed, you know, at 28, a fairly wealthy diamond paper, and I woke up the next morning pretty much broken, skint, and lost everything I'd built over 5 years, which was a real shame. And I had to rebuild myself, so I went back into the sales arena, which is not my favourite, I must admit, but I can do it. And I was working for a company. I'd met a young lady. My children were starting to sort of, you know, come along and grow. And I was with a young lady, which is the mother of my children. It was tough for me. She had a very, very difficult childhood, and I didn't realise at the time that there was some challenges and issues with her. We were together 10 years, but at the age of 36, I was very, very close to breaking up. With this woman, and it was a tough time for me. My children, it was a horrific time. Around that age was a very, very tough time for me, and it took a lot of strength and courage to keep going and to keep moving forward. In fact, you know, I can remember my home at the time. I'd lost the business years back. I'd rebuilt myself. I'd got my life back. I was working hard, as I always do, night and day, loving my kids and family. And I can remember, you know, picking up 2 black sacks in my clothes out of a house that at the time was probably $500,000. Bearing in mind, I'd already lost everything, you know, twice before that. And I can remember leaving it, you know, to my missus to protect my children. And she was keeping my children from me, which was a tough time. But I fought for them. You know, I have them now. I went through the procedures of courts and everything with the children. And I guess as well at the time, I guess I probably wasn't perfect as well, because it takes two to tango. But sadly, the relationship broke down. It's better now. We're probably better now apart than we are together. It was a tough time, and at that time, you know, the pain I was feeling and how I was feeling and how I was thinking about dads and kids that my mums and parents that break up. That was very much in my mind at that time. I'm very happy now with it, because, you know, I believe in fate. But yeah, that was a tough time. That was an emotional time to get back up. It took a lot of strength. I can remember, actually, I've said about this. I can remember, I mean, I gave everything away. Jill, everything, my whole home. It's a beautiful, beautiful 4 or 5 bedroom home in Ongar. I actually lived opposite Jade Goody at the time, and yeah, I left everything. Everything. I left with 2 back slacks. I left with nothing. I started a new business shortly after that, but it was a very painful time.
I can see and feel the pain in the way that you look and your voice. Gosh. I'm sorry to take you back to that time, but actually that time probably formulated some of the things that you do now, because once we've lived in that kind of pain, we can then be very empathetic to other people as well, can't we?
We can. I've always been, you know, empathetic. I've always had empathy. I think it's one of the biggest things. I feel people, I sense people. And you know, I've met with so many people before, and they say to me, "Are you a medium? Are you spiritual? Are you this? Are you that?" And I say, "No." I say, "I do really feel connected." Actually, a medium said to me once, "You're connected spiritually, aren't you? But you don't always talk to spirit."
Yeah, but you don't know. Yeah.
But yes, and I'm actually, I don't hurt now from that time. But thinking back, I'm thinking more about my children, and actually. Children are stronger than us, you know.
Yes.
They're stronger. It's us that worry about things. I'll tell you a story about the kids very quickly, if I may. Once I lost everything. I lost everything 4 times, Jill. I've been in such a pursuit of big business and success that I've tried to climb so high. It's a bit like Icarus, the story of Icarus. And of course, I always send my mum this picture of this little angel, all his wings burnt, lying on the floor. And it says, "Here I go again," you know. My mum says, "Oh, Bradders," you know, and my children, I'm bust and broke. I've lost everything, right? I've gone back to my parents, and fortunately enough, they had a little annex, and my parents were going through a divorce as well at the time. But I go back, and all I've got is this kind of rug. I've lost everything. I'm on my own. I'm gathering my thoughts. And one of the girls' birthdays, it was Millie's birthday. My youngest. She's now 11. Molly's 12. Henry's 7. And I was in so much pain. I had no money. I mean penniless. I mean, for anyone out there that's been penniless, and I mean destitute, penniless, I was down to a penny jar. And I've had that feeling 4 times in my life of losing everything. I'm not much into material stuff. I'm not into flash names and branded stuff. I'm into life and living and happiness. And if money should come, then great. I've never been this kind of flash person, but I literally had this penny jar left, and it was her birthday. And I had no money, and I was so proud to reach out to someone and say, "That can help me." I can't even buy, you know, my little girl a present. And I was getting so emotionally upset. I was hurting in so much pain that I could not provide for my little girl. It was horrific. And I can understand how people feel that way in life or in business. That feeling's horrible. And I remember going through the penny jar, you know, counting the pennies up and what I had, 5p's, 10p's, and I think I got 25 quid. And it was a choice of buying some food to feed my children, or getting them present, or I'd sold anything else that I had left, you know, bear in mind I'd given away everything. I can remember for somehow I pulled together some money. I think I might have took a laptop down the pawn shop or something and pawned it, which was something I needed for business. But I thought, well, I'll go and pawn that today. I'll get some money. I'll go and be able to buy a bike for or something, and then I'll find a way to get some money next week, and I get my laptop back so I can carry on work. Well, I went down to, it was either Argos, no, Toys R Us. And I bought this little bike with the tassels hanging off it. And I think it was 65 quid. It was one of the cheaper kind of, birthday bikes. And I can remember coming back with this box, and I was crying, and I'm so upset that Daddy's a failure. I've lost everything. I can't look after my children. Well, I tell you what, the funny side of the story is this. I'm getting emotional now, because we got it back and we had the box and we put the bike together. But do you know what happened? The strangest thing happened. We put the bike up, and as soon as the bike was ready, with all the tassels hanging off of it, and I'm like, I wish I could have given you more. The girl said to me, "Daddy, can you pull us around in the box?" So what happened was, for the next 4 hours, we've got this box, I've got ropes around it on a wooden floor, and I'm spinning the girls round. We was in this box 4 times. I had to go and find some duct tape. We repaired the box, we retaped it because it kept splitting, and they were laughing their heads off. The smiles on their faces is ingrained in my mind. It just goes to show that actually, even if you're bust and you're broken, you've got nothing, you can find fun with your children in a cardboard box, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I have 3 children too, Brad. They're a bit older than yours. My youngest is 22.
You
And
don't look old enough.
I was, oh, my oldest is 28 tomorrow. That's really scary.
You're kidding me. Wow, you're looking good, Jill.
Thank you. And I was in my youngest daughter's bedroom this morning, and funnily enough, there's a little card tucked into one of her photographs, and it says it's not things that make a difference, it's memories that make a difference.
Yes.
And you're absolutely right. Yeah.
It is, that's true.
Okay, so we're going to go into our quick fire round now, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely.
All right. So these are just, you know, really easy answers, nothing difficult here. So the first one is TV or radio?
TV. Visual.
Fiction or non-fiction?
Non-fiction.
Oldest, middle or youngest child?
Same.
Same. Oh, what? You're the only child?
Oh, me, middle.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're the middle child.
Yeah, two sisters. I'm in the middle.
Okay.
A very female family. I'm straight.
Yeah. That's why you're so in touch with your feelings. Okay. Class clown, goody two shoes, or a bit of a handful?
Class clown.
Yeah. Best habit?
Giving. Best habit is wherever I'm at, whatever I'm doing, I can organise, I can create, and I can get it done. I love to, you know, let's get it done, let's make it happen.
Okay, so action. Worst habit?
Worst habit, farting in bed.
Too much information. What do you do to relax?
I am looking at a tree outside right now with the wind blowing at it. So to relax, I would go outside. I'd look at nature. I'd see a tree blowing on nature, and it would calm me. It would calm me down and give me some thoughts. I also go to a church. Funny enough, in Ongar, it's the Greenstead Church in Ongar. It's the oldest wooden church. It's a museum church. I've been there I go there about twice a year, and I just go and sit in the front bench. No one's in there. You can open the door. I just sit in the front bench and I pick up a Bible. And I look down and I just take all the spiritual thoughts and feelings in there, and I pray and I give my thanks. That's a private moment for me. I'll share with you.
Thank you for showing me that. Okay, now I think I know the answer to one answer to this, but do you have any nicknames?
Bradders, really. I've not got any other nicknames apart from, you know, Bradders. That's what my loved ones tend to call me, Bradders.
Bradders, yeah, okay. And you might not know this, but I'm a singer, so my first passion is singing. Yeah, I studied. Yeah, I studied singing.
Come on, let's give us some singing, Jill. Let's have a go. Give us a line. Come on.
So if I'm on stage and I get you up next to me, what's your karaoke song?
Robbie Williams, Angels.
Yeah, that kind of figures.
Whether I will take me, I know that she won't break me. Whether I'm right or wrong.
Brilliant. Okay, and so I have another scenario for you. I'm going to send you away on holiday this time.
Yeah.
And you're going to go away for a month. And I've taken care of everything. I've taken care of all the flights, all the arrangements, all the accommodation, wherever you want to stay. And I'd like to know who you would choose to take away with you that you could spend a whole month with without a cross word.
My daughters, my mum, and my Jojo. You're making me cry, Jill Barham.
That's fine. You don't need to say any more. Your family. That's
family. 100%. I've never taken a month off in my life because I always work, but my family. It has to be. It would never be.
I have to tell you, this question came because I've been with my husband for 34 years. And although we've lived together, and we we're real soulmates, we're real friends.
Oh,
And but living at home and with children and all this time, you kind of you get the odd spat and the odd thing. But for that month, we were with each other for 24 hours a day, apart from one day where he went off on a motorbike. He went off on a Harley Davidson. But for that whole month, we were with each other every moment of the day, and there was not one crossword between the two of us for that whole time. You take the stress and the strains out of life, basically, and that's where that question came from. And I would really recommend it, is to do that, is to go and find time to have that month away, because it is so nourishing. And it's, we created memories there that, we'll never forget. So that's where that question came from.
And that's really lovely to hear, because if you've been in a relationship and you love somebody, then for me, you've arrived at a place of love when you could spend 24 hours a day with that person without a crossword. Yeah. And even if you did have a crossword, you'd probably have a laugh and a tickle, and it just wouldn't mean nothing. It's beautiful, and congratulations. It's a lovely thing to have, Jill.
Thank you.
Lucky man.
He is a lucky man. I'll tell him that in a minute. Okay. Now, so with my music background, what we're going to do is we're going to be creating a music list, a playlist from this series. We're creating a book, and we're also creating a playlist too. So I would like to know what one song you would choose that would make your light heart. So something that if you're feeling a bit, what would you put on that would make your heart sing?
The light-hearted one. Yeah. I used this last year, actually. It's Katy Perry, Fireworks.
Oh, yeah, great tune. Yeah, brilliant tune.
Okay. One of my videos, it would be Katy Perry, Fireworks, fireworks I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's great. And I think she's the wealthiest woman in the world, isn't she? Something like that, because she's written so many, because obviously the money's not in the performing, it's in writing, and she's so prolific. I think
she is great, lovely individual.
Yeah. Okay, and we're getting near to the end now. So my last question really for you, from my point of view, is, as you know, that nowadays my whole business and my whole kind of passion and purpose is around helping people with their health, and specifically helping them with their heart, looking after their heart. So not only the heart that beats inside you, but also the heart that you have to give to the world. So my question to you is, what do you do to look after the heart that you have to give to the world? So how do you nourish yourself and look after that spiritual heart? And you have sort of commented a little bit on it already, but I'm also really interested to know in what Brad does to look after your physical heart. So what do you do from a health perspective to keep yourself healthy so that you can fulfill all the promises that you've made to the people that you know and love and work with?
Sure. I mean, the short and simple answer to both those, from the physical heart and the spiritual heart, is I'm not doing enough, and I can do more. And that's a very, very honest answer. It's the truth, and I think we can all do more. I started out this year going down to the gym in January, 4 days at 6 o'clock in the morning, down to the gym with the most best intentions, and then something hit me and it made me fall off of the gym. I can go back. I do a lot of cycle riding with the children. So we do lots of cycle riding. The weekends are very active. My two girls are just like little Jewish bunnies, so I tend to do that. I'm not doing enough activity during the week at the moment, from a point I know I've got to do more. I know I've got to look after my body. And if I don't look after my body, then I'm not going to be able to perform. And actually, I was talking to someone about that this morning. From a spiritual point of view, I feel myself with self-development. I'm always looking at different aspects of spirituality, of the way that people come across and what they do, how I feel, how I'm resonating. So I develop myself all the time. I'm always studying. I'm always absorbing, taking things in to continually understand how my heart works, my spiritual heart works, and I'm open to messages that come to me, and how I can use those messages positively within my own day, and how I'm helping people. So from a spiritual point of view, I'm like an open resource, an open, let it come to me, develop me, and let me learn. Yeah, I am. My missus was saying, "What are you doing now in bed?" You know, we've got a plasma on one side. I have my laptop, so we have a little cuddle. I love you, little tickle, and you know, I love you, and then it goes down the little feet cuddle, and then I'll turn to my laptop. She'll watch the plasma. I get my earphones in, and I'm either listening to something on self-development, or once I finish developing myself. I mean, the other night I was looking at the 3 principles, for example, which is fantastic with Dr. Dick Vettinger. So I'll watch that. So I can do much more on the health front. I'm doing loads on the spiritual front.
Okay, well, maybe I can help you on the health front.
You can.
Yeah.
You know you can. Do you know why? I did this on TV the other night. Look at that. I got to get that.
You've got to get it off. Okay, well, thank you very much. Now, just before we go, I'd like you to just tell everybody what's coming up for you that you're really excited about. So not only now, but maybe till the end of the year as well. So what have you got planned?
Wow, fabulous question. Really fabulous question. So yeah, I'm really excited for the next, for the immediate month and for the next 6 months. I think the second 6 months this year is just going to be an awesome explosion. And I share why. One, as you know, I've had a great pleasure to meet Marina Nani. And like you, she has sprinkled some stardust on me that I'm experiencing a real paradigm shift in my life and in my in the way I'm viewing things. So my book obviously is coming out with thanks to Marina and Radio.W.O.R.K.S.
What's your book called?
It's called Get Up, Stand Up, Shine Up. So we're Get Up, Show Up, Shine Up, and it's
Get Up, Show Up, Shine Up.
and it's called Discover the Diamond Within. And within the book there are 6 or 7 different sections that's going to help people to find inspiration. There's some personal stories in there for me as well. But I think the most important thing for me now, BradleyChapman.com is being rebuilt at the moment to reflect upon some of the changes and opportunities. We're going to be getting very, very heavily involved with Radio.W.O.R.K.S. and trying to help really take the message globally. Yes, you can inspire to achieve it. It's kind of really a services and a training aspect of what I do. But yeah, Bradley Chapman is going to be very much focused on Bradley Chapman and the brand and what I can do to help people, interviewing people, working with people, delivering programs. And I can't wait really to just keep doing more for Radio.W.O.R.K.S. and Stardust and make the news and looking at really the global opportunity and the proposition that already exists, and looking to grow that and spread the word into so many different countries. I'm so excited about the possibility. I can't stop thinking about it, Jill. I've got all these ideas coming to my mind, and the thing is, a lot of the ideas that I've had for Yes You Can and coach and everything, I think with Stardust, Marina, and Darry, and the likes of yourself. Whoa, yeah, I'm getting tingles again. It's going to be an exciting 6 months, I think, and I'm really humbled to be a part of something where I really feel home, Jill. I feel home. The first day that I met you guys, and I stood up and talked about one of my adversities as well as my motivation and success, I felt that I'd arrived home. It's the first time I felt that in my life.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a very happy place to be. And so we can find you soon on Bradley.com, and you're on Facebook as well. Yeah,
my personal website is BradleyChapman.com. So the website is live, but I've just got a holding page on it. And yes, you can go over to Yes You Can Inspired to Achieve. Listen, hook up with me on Facebook, and then of course you'll be able to find me on Radio World, Radio.W.O.R.K.S.world as well.
Great, fantastic. Well, I've really enjoyed our light-hearted conversation. I hope you have too.
I loved it, Jill. Thank you. And you know, my webcam is higher than my laptop. So when I'm looking at the webcam, and I'm looking into the camera, so I'm looking at your eyes. But actually, you're down there for me to see your eyes. You're down there. So I really want to look at you. You know. And by the way, your hair, ooh, fabulous, looking great.
Thank you.
Have you had it cut?
No, I sometimes I straighten it, so it's actually naturally curly. But today I straightened it because I got up early and was busy, so that's all that's happened. But it looks shorter. It does, doesn't it?
It looks lovely. It looks lovely, and you look fresh, and you look vibrant. And I want to say thank you to you as well, because I've been following you since I've first been introduced to to Marina and all of you guys, and I love what you're doing. I love the nutrition stuff. I love the healthy the healthy proposition that you're offering. And it's so important to the things that I do about motivation and inspiration. It doesn't mean toffee, or toffee is probably a bad word. It doesn't mean tofu. It doesn't mean tofu unless you're eating the right stuff. And I've got no doubt I'll be reaching out to you to help me, because as my journey starts to unfold and the energy I'm going to expand in this year, which is going to be crazy diamond-like energy, I need to.
You need to take care of yourself. You do.
You know? And I've got the NutriBullet thing. I've got the Ninja. I've got a Ninja thing.
Good.
I just got a Ninja thing. I've got to break the wrapping off it so it works, right?
That'll be good. Okay, well, thank you very much, and I know that I'm going to see you real soon. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
Bless you. Thanks, Jill. God bless. Thank you.
Bye. Cheerio. Bye.
See you. Bye.